Starting to the bottom right of the map, we have the Protoss player already with a 1-0 in the group. Took down Marine King earlier. It is
FXO Hurricane.
Hurricane, GSTL All-Killer. Can he go to Codes today? Or will it be his opponent, a rather unknown player compared to the rest of this group? Starting for Team MVP, the Terran player to the top left of the map.
MVP Bang.
He's really going all the way with the bang on that one.
Yeah.
And, you know, he certainly came into the group with a bang. We'll see if he can get out of it just the same.
Hurricane is now up against the second Terran player. We have 2 Terrans in this group, so he has to play 2 PVTs back to back, and then he can focus on the rest of the matchup. So for him, this is actually kind of quite decent, I find.
Yeah, it's really cool for him because the PvP that happens later is not going to be as important. PvP is always one of those matchups that can get a little bit weird.
Yeah, he can prepare after this in one of the booths a little bit for the rest of the matchups and just practice his builds a little bit again for the next few maps. We have a gas opening here for Bang, and the SCV now are just heading out and trying to find out what's going on in the base of the Protoss player. Hurricane is a strong Protoss, we talked about it a bit earlier, and he was very, very cautious against Marine King. He, by this time, was waiting for his chance and let the Terran player make a mistake.
Yeah. You know, I mean, he's facing a single Reaper this time instead of 2, so it's kind of like a smaller mini version of what we saw in the previous set, but Hurricane just plays a very safe opening once again. He loves to do that Mothership Core expand. It looks like, again, like he's going to do something very similar to that. Doesn't go double gas at once, goes for a second gas, and as a result, we'll have the Zealot out.
Yeah, the one thing that we saw against Marine King is that Hurricane doesn't really take unnecessary risks. If you play a best of 3 series or even in a best of 1, you can always throw in a bit of a cheese or maybe a very aggressive build. But if he decides to go into the macro game, he does it without being too greedy at all. So he's always very calculated about the builds that he's executing here. And MVP as a team, as a whole, is doing like really decent these days, especially in the Team League, of course. So I feel that the preparation for him is exceptional here. That's one of the things where all the MVP players always excelled.
Yeah, very true. You know, he comes from, though, the seeding, where he basically played a ton of different opponents. The tournament was huge, that he couldn't necessarily prepare for, so he's got both skill sets for sure. And this probe almost assassinates. Oh, he gets it! Ah, can't believe that happened. And with the Zealot here, he's able to push this Reaper back really easily. And Hurricane, though, does not actually take a Nexus. He hasn't attacked either, so he's got a few different things he could do. I'm a little bit surprised he hasn't picked one, though.
Yeah, it looks like he's heading into a Nexus now, and as I say, he gets the next sentry.
Yeah,
he has the 300 minerals, there's the 400, so he's gonna drop the Nexus now.
Oh, there it is, okay. For a moment there, I saw that probe in the middle map. I was like, he's not going to add a late proxy Stargate, right? We have Bang going, by the way, into the same engineering bay that we saw with Marine King earlier.
Exactly, the early +1 attack upgrade, that's something that you always want to have out there. Or that's like getting really popular these days.
Yeah, it gives you a few different opportunities to be aggressive.
Yeah, you have a couple of timings, either with a +1 attack upgrade as it finished, and later with +2/+2.
I don't know how this happened.
This is crazy. He's getting in there with 2 Stalkers and a Zealot, far away from the bunker, and this is like horrible for Bang. He has to get out of the bunker and he can't use it. Now the SCVs have to be pulled. This is like the worst case scenario for him here. He's gonna lose so much.
Yeah, he definitely is. Stalkers, as long as they're microed well here, can do so much. He can recall now if he micros well. Oh, should have pulled a little bit further back before doing that, but still saves one of the Stalkers.
Yeah, loses one of the Stalkers only, and this was a lot of damage done. We have him taking down 5 Harvesters here. Resources lost 550 and 270, and that was a really nice attack by Hurricane. I can't believe that he was able to sneak past this bunker this easily.
Yeah, that was, I mean, just one of those things you take a, I don't want to say take a risk, but you just try to slip through there, and if it goes well, it goes well. If it doesn't, then it can be disastrous, but Bang definitely not on top of that one. He could have pulled some SCVs to block that from happening. Luckily for him, though, he was able to finish that command center. Otherwise, he would have been delayed on that for a really, really long time because that was the only SCV down there.
That definitely gave him a little bit of a heart attack, though, when he saw that happening. He was like, oh my god. 2 Stalkers and a Zealot in my main base, and the Mothership Core would, of course, have been even a little bit better for Hurricane if he would have been able to save that second Stalker here. Yeah. But as it is, he did a decent amount of damage, and Hurricane finds himself currently in a supply lead.
it looks like he may go for a bust. It all depends on whether he adds his Bay right now or not. Second Immortal here, he's going to go for a bust.
The way he's chrono boosting his robotics definitely lends us to believe that he will be aggressive, especially since he's now also sending a probe down to the up to the top right, starting to drop a few forward pylons. That Stalker was unlucky here.
Yeah. And here come the extra gateways.
Yeah.
This is, you know, Hurricane has got a strong push that he's cooking up right now, and I'm not so sure that. I'm actually almost very sure that Bang will not be able to hold it if he doesn't see this.
Yeah, it looks at this point very dangerous for him. 12 Marines, that's what he has on the map. His stim will not be ready, nor will be the +1 armor upgrade.
Or the
+1
Medivacs.
attack is there. But yeah, the Medivacs is also something that he can't rely on. What he needs is scouts and immediately bunkers.
Yeah,
but
bunker's the only way he can hold it, and he just doesn't know.
And the units to the right side of the map are sneaking past the Zelnaga watchtower range. The mothership core is moving in, sees the Marines, is making sure that there will be nothing that he can spot. There is no scout at the top right where we have those forward pylons. We even have a missile turret here in case there is some kind of DT play or whatever. And now he's starting to drop a few bunkers, but he doesn't know what's going on.
He realizes as soon as he sees the probe, he's like, nothing else makes sense here, but the bunkers are way too late.
Too late.
There's a time warp ready here.
The time warp is there, the Stalkers are moving in, we have additional warp-ins here with Zealots, the two Immortals are there. Here comes the Guardian Shield, the force fields are decent, the time warp is being dropped immediately, and the bunker is saying goodbye.
He cannot get any more units to the other bunkers. Perfect force fields to lock him out, and that looks pretty... he looks pretty dead here.
Yeah, he's losing way too much already. The mothership core has been saved by Hurricane here against the missile turret, and now the bunkers are gone. Only one left, and not a single unit inside.
Yeah,
the
rest get over there.
Yeah, the rest of the warp-ins is coming in. He lost his entire army already. The supply dropping down below 40.
GG. Hurricane hides his build well. He hits this timing after he pressures his opponent, and Bang just didn't know what was about to hit him.
Yeah. Hurricane looking strong today, having a 2-0 in the group already. A very good position for him to advance. For Bang, it's the first time in the booth, so definitely a few nerves here as well, but in this game he was just overwhelmed by his opponent.
And so Hurricane gets the first early 2-0 lead in the group. Got to be feeling very happy for that.
Oh yeah, definitely. So right now we have a situation in the group where we have Marine King losing his initial game. We have Hurricane with a 2-0 already. First also won his game. So looking at it, we have at the pole position is Hurricane. Then we have First, the only two players that won their matches. And then Marine King, True and Bang both with 0-1. After the first set of matches that we had here. So the next games that we are having is Marine King versus First. We have True versus Bang, and then Hurricane has to deal with First in a PvP. So a couple of really good games coming up.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Of course, before that happens, we are going to have a 5-minute break here, and then we're heading into the next set of matches at the GSL Up and Down Group C. See you guys in a few.